Hey everybody, welcome to our July Team Rise call. And we have a lot to cover today, so I'm going to jump in. One of the things that I'd like to talk to you about is, again, revisiting the time of this call. I know that since we changed the time, actually before the time, it's always a challenge to get on a call, but it's once a month and it really gives us a chance to share new things that are happening and excitement around it. So I was thinking of making, and we haven't had any incentives because the company stepped up their incentives so much, but I like to give you an incentive to come to the call. And so anything that you do during the month, like what we've always done, if you get a new customer, a Duo would give you 1 point, or Complete would give you 1 point, or Omega, any one product would give you 1 point. But if you got a Trio, it'd be 2 points. A Quad would be 3 points. A Tower Garden would be 2 points. And if anybody gets promoted, they and their sponsor would get points for that. I'll post all that on Team Rise, but I wanted to see what you guys thought about that. And then we do the drawing on the call, and the winner must be present. So it's a little incentive to get you to join in with us, because getting your questions and feedback at the time is super helpful to know what you need. So I'm just going to jump in. I mentioned to you guys on the text message I sent out to a number of you about the NMD call we had today. Super, super exciting. You know, I was really excited when all the new marketing plan changes came in, but there were some things about the old plan that I really liked. And so what we heard this morning is a marrying of what was good in the old plan and what is good in the new plan. And so I'm super excited to share with you. And I'm going to show you where it is, because if you want to follow along later, or when you're listening to this call, I want to be able to point it out to you. So this is already posted on the Freedom Revolution, and where I am is under compensation and United States, and then just scrolling down below the chart to phase 1. And phase 1 overview is what I wanted to share with you. And can you guys see that? Okay,
yes.
Yeah, you can?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. I'm just not seeing myself on the screen, and so I wasn't sure if it was working like normal, because usually I'm over on the right-hand side and I don't see myself. So anyway, where I wanted to point out to you, how many of you liked the Blitz incentives where you got to earn extra for going faster? I think everybody found that exciting, and I mean, we had so much activity company-wide and in my organization during those 2 days of the Blitz. And on the surface, it was like, okay, you save $52, but the excitement around it and people being excited to talk about the business made a difference. So what's going to happen is we're going to have an express track where those elevated amounts are possible all the time. So you see on this chart that a Partner Plus can pay you $50 or $100. A qualifying sales coordinator can pay you $300 or $400. And a sales coordinator can pay you and your sponsor on all of the, well, not on the Partner Plus, but on qualifying sales coordinator and sales coordinator pays you and your sponsor either $600 or $700. So I'm coming back to you for a second because I need to see your faces. Is that cool? Okay.
Amazing.
So what has to happen? So here, let's look at this. What has to happen, and this is what I've always encouraged you guys to do, when a partner starts, get them to line up the other orders that they need for to get that 1,000 points right off the bat. Because if they do it in 10 days, they're going to get $100 instead of $50 and the conference ticket. They'll still get the conference ticket, but instead of taking the 30-day window, if they're ready, the express track is $100, okay? So that's the same award that we used to get minus the free conference ticket. So now they're not only getting a $100 title reward, but they also get a free conference ticket. So what an investment in new people that have only added maybe one other household, and gotten to 1,000 points. I'm just really excited because it gives us that opportunity to let them earn something significant quickly. Then at the QSC level, if they're able to do what Carrie Ellis did and what many others did during the Blitz, where they had a 30-day window to do it, that will be a permanent fixture in our marketing plan. If they do it in 30 days, they'll get the 400 title reward instead of the 300. So you guys see that on the under number 3 over here? Okay, and last but not least, the sales coordinator position, the same thing. If you're cooking with gas like that and bringing along other people, if you do your QSC in 30 days and you're bringing along other people with you, and you can get to sales coordinator in 3 months instead of the 6 months that we normally have for the bonus, you will get the $700 title reward instead of the 600, and so will your sponsor. So do you like that it's going to be built in automatically, that this is possible? And
Yeah.
Sometimes it's harder to go slow than it is to go fast. Just to take off and get your feet wet and make sure this is something that you really enjoy doing. So everybody who is starting in July can do the Partner Plus. The restarts will only be eligible for the title bonus, not the Express Track bonus. So it is during your first 10 days. It is during your first 30 days. And that just helps us give the urgency around, would you like to make $300 extra or $400 extra in addition to what you're going to make? So that gives us a chance to do that with brand new people. Anybody that's doing a restart can pick any calendar month they want, and they can do the normal title rewards, just not the Express Track. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, and the other thing that I really loved, in the old marketing plan, we had 1,000 points that were required to qualify, which translated into 1,800. And so we were graced to keep that 1,800 for the rest of the year. And then it was going to go up to 2,000. Same thing, POB, where it was adjusted, went to from 3,000 to 5,400, which is just the multiplier of 1.8. And, but it was going to go to 6,000 at the end of this year. Well, guess what? That increase is being canceled. And so 1,800 is the amount. So it's exactly the same as in the old plan. And the POB is exactly the same as in the old plan. It's just adjusted for the numbers. So I was really excited about that.
Awesome.
Yeah, the qualifying was one thing, but the POB, because as you're promoting people, that number can be difficult to maintain, because as you promote out sales coordinators, you have to keep sponsoring people to get that number to stay at 54, to stay, where it was at 3,000. And so upping that number at all, I was thinking, okay, that was not my favorite part of the new plan, but they were trying to round it, trying to simplify it, round it. Now, the other thing that I'm just going to encourage those of you who are already a sales coordinator and above is to go back. I'm going to share my screen again. Go back to, I want you to go into this same place, because I'm in phase 1 compensation here, and I want you to look at phase 2 compensation, because one of the biggest changes that happened, and I'm not going to go through all of this because this doesn't apply to everybody, but one of the things that happened was they started making at some positions to have QSSCs and have, like for QNMD and NMD, you had to have 8 commission qualified people under each person who is counting. Well, they have modified that back to look more like what it used to be, where, so Ashley, you're on the phone. So qualifying national marketing director has to have 3 active PB lines. Each must contain 4 active team members. So that has come down from 8.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes. And so just everything that they could do to stay with the new numbers, and before they were having us look at no more than 50% coming from one line, they've modified that to be 60% for these upper levels. because they know sometimes you have a fantastic leg and they don't want to penalize you for that. So that's as much as I'm going to share on those changes. Like I say, if you're already a sales coordinator or above, go check out phase 2, just read through them. And let me know if you have any questions. And if you want to spend some time and go through them with a coaching call, I'd be happy to do that with any of you as well. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to just get on, oh, hang on one second before I share my screen. I want to just go to that right. Okay, I just wanted to talk a little bit about compliance and what we mean by certain things the company is saying now, and what we can say and what we can't say. And can you guys see that okay? Compliance best practices?
Yes, we
So
can.
this is available in your virtual office. If you just go to what's new, all of these things are in there. This is compliance best practices. It's also, if you go into the Juice Plus Insights tab, it's there as well. And the abbreviated version is there under the Insights tab. So what we're after, how are we positioned in the marketplace? I don't think that's changed. We're trying to bridge the gap between what we know what we should eat and what we actually eat around plant foods, okay? So not so much based on personal experience as it is around science and the fact that it's food and has a food label. When we share our product story, they want us to start using words like improved or helped instead of cured, prevented, stopped. So like with me, when I'm sharing about my sinus infections, I'm just gonna say that, you know, I just felt continual improvement and to where I can say I haven't had a sinus infection, but that'll probably be, I just continue to improve to where that was not a problem anymore. And Juice Plus was a big part of that. And what they're encouraging us to say is, if there was something else you did, like with me, I noticed that after Juice Plus made me more clear, I noticed that when I ate dairy, I had mucus. So I stopped eating dairy, right? So if there are other things that affected, like if you lost weight and yes, you used the Juice Plus products, but you also exercised and paid attention to getting more sleep and those things, say those other things as well. What they don't want us to do is make absolute claims like, I no longer catch colds. Just say, you know, if I get a bug, it doesn't stick around, right? So we very rarely get sick. We have had so few sick days. So just don't make it absolute.
I love the line that says, we get sick less and over things quicker.
Yes, that's really good. Okay, and there are disclaimers on there that you can review. We don't make health claims, but we say, we do say that if you flood your body with good nutrition, there's a good chance you're going to get a good health result. Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with us saying there's no condition that improving your nutrition isn't going to help. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
What I like about this, just to be reminded again, is that, you know, people have said, well, what it did for you didn't do for me. So it's not working. It's not helping. So I'm really glad.
Yeah. The other thing, those are things that we can say about it, healthful. I never say plant-based nutrition. I just say, you know, fruit and vegetable, you know, it's fruits and vegetables, because people, when you say plant-based, some people get that immediately and some people don't, okay? But highly concentrated to deliver a powerful nutrition punch and supported by over 20 years of independent clinical research. There's also a really excellent research summary that I don't know if you guys have seen that, if you haven't, I'd like to point it out to you. It's called well, I'll look at that in a second. But our marketplace positioning, the business is a simple, low-cost way to earn supplemental income. So again, they want us to frame it as part-time magic, you know, not telling people to quit their jobs. So they had examples in here. My Juice Plus income paid for my child's education. Say it in a way that says, my Juice Plus income helped pay for my child's education. That might be what you designated it for, but just that it helped. I liked under this promote your why, in that box in the center, the promotion of why you're working this business is a better way to have that lifestyle conversation. You know, I wanted to have that extra income, take the pressure off my husband, to help us make ends meet, to be able to say yes more often, to have more time flexibility, to have more financial flexibility. That's saying that that's why you pursued it. And somebody asks you, well, have you been able to do that? Yes, you know, we saved up, and Juice Plus helped me help me with the trip that we took to take our kids to Disneyland, those things, instead of making it absolute, because the regulators are really watching right now, because so many people are interested in networking as an option for not having a job right now. And they don't want us leading people to do things that they can't afford to do, and making promises that we can't deliver on. So there's other options on there.
It feels more integrous.
Yes, I agree. And so no glass ceiling is one that I've always said. And again, the regulator looks at that as you can make a lot of money. Okay. Well, I think no glass ceiling could be part of your why, you know, that I like the idea of working in an industry where, you know, there's no limit to how many people I can help and what I can earn. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're not saying you've done that. So they gave examples in here on the way the regulators look at it, what they hear, what they say. If you say the words time freedom, you never have to work again, which of course is not what we're trying to say, because the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. But being able to say, set your own hours, have greater flexibility with your time, have more options for your time, so all those things. So if you have a story that has any of these things in them, I just would encourage you to come back to this and look at them. It's really important that we comply. I had a question from a QNMD this morning asking me about, can I say anything about COVID? There's a separate document about that. You don't have to say that, you guys. What you can say is, how many of you are concerned right now about your immune strength, right? And you can definitely ask that, and people are thinking about that. And saying, you know, would you be interested in learning about a tool that really does help your immune system perform at its best capacity? You know, that it has clinical studies that show that it's going to make a difference in that way. And then letting them watch something on it and providing the studies if they want to, because we do have good studies on immune system. Just do not relate it specifically to COVID. And I don't think it would prevent me from getting COVID. I think that what it would do is I would survive, right? Yeah, that's what we're saying, is if we have the immune system that, hello. Okay, so is there anything else? Oh, I wanted to go through just a couple of other quick things, and then we can just open it up for anything you guys want to talk about. And the first one, let me just get here. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to, when I share this, that I'll be able to change something I was hoping everybody would get on their calendar, and I'd really like to plan around this October 8th through 10, where we can enjoy the Juice Plus Live Home Edition as a team, and you know, plan some fun activities during it that we can be on Zoom and debrief after each session and what we took away from it, and have meal times and activities and things that we plan out to make it feel a little more like conference. And so that was one thing I wanted to tell you. Now, if I switch right here and go to newsfeed, do you guys see Juice Plus Insights, or do I have to come back to you?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. What I wanted to go down, because all summer, there's going to be 2 events in the evening. Ashley, did we post our little flyer for the Take Healthy Back calls on Team Rise?
No, we didn't yet.
Okay, so because Carrie Ellis and Ashley were both moving this month, we suspended our Health and Hope calls, and we're using the same script to invite people to the Take Healthy Back calls. And so we put out a little schedule that I'll post on Facebook right below this recording, but we'll also put on our Team Rise Voxer chat that you can use with the invitation to just, you know, I have no idea where this will land for you, but I thought about you because, and invite them to join you online with some friends. So those are available 2 a week throughout the summer. And then of course, we'll reevaluate for August if we're doing Hope and Health or continuing with that for the summer.
Are you talking about the heat team calls?
The Take Healthy Back calls on Tuesday evening now at 7. So they're at a better time than they were when they were at 5:30. And our Saturday morning calls at 9 a.m. Pacific. But the Juice Plus TV, I've had a lot of people confused about how you actually can watch them. And so if you see on here, it's like a Facebook Live. In fact, I guess it is a Facebook Live. But you come on at the time that it's advertised. So this is, let's see, 7 o'clock Central is 5 o'clock our time. You can go to the Facebook page for juiceplus.us. And if I click on it right now, is it taking you there too, or is it keeping you on the page I was at?
It's spinning.
Okay, hopefully it'll come up. And
where was that at?
So that was under Juice Plus Insights, the email that we get all the time. But this is facebook.com/juiceplus.us. And what's going to happen is it's going to be live on here. Just like any other Facebook Live, you're going to see it right on here. That's how it happens. So everybody's looking for it like it's its own channel on YouTube, and they do record all of the calls, and you have access to them after. But if you want to build it as an event, I want you to know you can catch it live. It's just you have to go to that page. Any questions about that? I know it's
no, that's helpful.
okay. So I know there's been confusion about that. And okay, is there anything else? Oh, one last thing that I wanted to make sure that the whole group got to hear about is that Chris Cotton, and I'll post this on under the recording on our Facebook page and on the Voxer chat. Chris Cotton has a group that is launching in Mexico when it starts next month in August. I have a team member under another NMD that I'm working with that's really close to NMD that has, actually it's really kind of exciting because she has 8 people that have already signed up and has another 7 that are signing up under them in Mexico. They're very excited about it. And so if you know somebody that has connections in Mexico, first of all, Mexico is very open to network marketing. And so a lot of the barriers that we run into don't exist. So what's really cool is that this group, this initial group, they're calling them pioneers, and all they have to do to be a pioneer is to sign up in advance and order a quad, and they will be getting leads from the company. The company is not going to sponsor 1,000 people frontline, right? They don't do that. So they're going to be giving distributor and customer leads to these pioneers. So it's a wonderful time to get in. It's not going to launch. The products aren't going to actually ship in Mexico until sometime in August, but now is when they're setting it up. And Chris is hosting a weekly call on Thursdays, and that's what I was saying. I'll post that information on our Facebook page and in our Voxer chat. So if you know anybody, I have somebody in my life that I'm going to go back to.
What time? 7?
I'll have to post that because I think it is 7, but I don't want to be held to it.
So this call is for people that you want to hear about the business in Mexico.
Yes.
Okay.
And if they're already distributors and they want to understand how it's going to work in Mexico, that's a great call. If you guys have anybody that you're thinking of that might be good for that, call and find out the details. I mean, call in and find out the details, and then you'll be able to direct them a lot better. Okay, so the piece that I didn't get to, because I have had the phone in my ear since 9 o'clock this morning, is just what's happened on our team this month. And Ashley, I don't know if you had a chance to look at any of that on the number of customers and things that we added, but I didn't. So did you get to?
I know it was in the 20s for like me and under.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome. And I apologize that it didn't get to that. I have had my hands a little full, and so I'm just going to close any comments I have with, I would appreciate all of you praying for Tyra. A national marketing director on my team. I'm going to be on their team call at 5:30. Tyra got a cancer diagnosis about 10 months ago, has thrown everything but the kitchen sink at that nasty beast, and it still persists. She feels great and has 100% confidence that all of this is going to be behind her, and but she is pursuing some traditional treatments with some highly skilled people in what she's dealing with, and so she's going to be out of commission a little bit. And I would appreciate your prayers for her and her children. They lost their dad to cancer, and so this is a stressful time for them. And also, just if you need me and I don't get immediately back to you, just know I'm trying to hold the fort for both her and Carolyn, because Carolyn is with her, helping her through each step that she's doing.
So Lenora, when you say traditional, she's going to try some chemo now.
Well, it is a medication that is targeted specifically. She's going to have the surgery and have the place in her neck taken out. They'll be able to diagnose exactly then the type of cancer it is, because they really haven't been able to tell. And so they're going to get more clarification, and then she is open to that now, because all of the people in her world, all the people whose advice she's followed, people she loves like me, are giving her permission and saying, honey, you've done everything you know to do. We want you here, so do what you need to do.
Right.
So anyway, that's going on. So your prayers for her and her family, that would be much appreciated. So Ash, do you have anything, or Pam, do you guys have anything either on what we talked about or anything else that you'd like to include in our recording this month?
No, just excited for all the opportunity, and if we could post that flyer about the calls, Take Healthy Back calls, as a reminder, and get to see everyone.
We'll do that, and don't forget Mexico. And when you're talking to people, you can easily help them make some big bucks. If they did the first 2 promotions in 30 days, which is doable, it's possible. If they did that right now, there's $500 on the table.
And right? Lenora, you said that, did I hear this right? That because they're wanting to get this off the ground, the company, if they sign up to be a distributor, the company is going to give them customers.
This is Mexico. This is
right.
Customers and potential reps.
Okay.
Based on their area,
because they just want to get it built. Yeah. What do you mean they have to live in Mexico?
Because there's different parts of Mexico. So if it was somebody in Mexico City, they're going to try and give them to somebody in Mexico City.
Oh, so this isn't for friends of ours that are from Mexico that live here.
Yes, they absolutely could do that. They absolutely could do that if they sign up as a pioneer. And there's a lot more information about this. If they're interested, we get them on one of Chris's calls, and
Okay.
all the resources they've got them compiled.
Are you going to be on Thursday's call?
This week,
Yeah.
not sure yet.
Okay. Okay.
But I have some things I can share with you that are going down. They're going to have a like their first Super Saturday, except it's not Saturday. I think it's a Friday night, and it's going to be all in Spanish. And I've got the flyer for that. So they're really stepping up their game with this market.
Okay.
Who's on their team? They have fluent Spanish speakers on their team that are going to be leading it.
Yeah, well, Tyra speaks Spanish, and then Jennifer's people that are in Mexico that she sponsored when they were living in Kentucky, and they moved back to Mexico. They're bilingual, so there's a lot of people that are bilingual, but they'll definitely have all the presentations in Spanish. So it's kind of Greek to me, but
Yeah.
well, Spanish to me. How about that? I can catch about every fourth word. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to stop the recording. We can stay on and just share anything else. All of you that weren't here today, we miss you, and pay attention. We're going to be having some incentives to get you here.